Tell me what animals you can see.
Mouse.
Yeah.
Amy has 2 demanding jobs. She's a secondary school teacher and a mum to 3.
Elephant.
Her youngest 2, Gracie and Ava, are both in childcare. It costs more than their mortgage each month and has forced the family into massive debt.
I lose sleep over it every single night because of the fact that I'm constantly aware of this figure in my mind. It's so much of my salary goes on childcare. It's such a that would be our food shops for the month, and petrol and everything. We could live basically if it wasn't for the amount that childcare is costing us.
Gonna put it in.
They are among thousands of parents across the UK right now, struggling with overwhelming childcare costs. Do you get down about it?
Yeah, a lot. It's not the life I thought we would have for our girls at all. It's just so hard, and it just feels really unfair. You know, we've worked really, really hard. Sorry.
It's okay.
And we shouldn't be in. I don't feel that we should be in this position. But it is where we are.
Must be really difficult.
Yeah, it is. It's really hard. I feel really guilty as well, you know. I think, why is somebody that is in my job struggling so much? You know, what am I doing wrong? How are we living incorrectly?
The number of parents falling into debt to cover childcare costs has gone up in just 12 months, according to charity Pregnant Then Screwed. Nearly 50% of parents have been plunged into debt or withdrawn from their savings to pay for childcare. Over 30% of mothers are unable to return to work full-time due to childcare costs or nursery availability. That's compared to almost 12% of fathers. And more than half of mothers who have had an abortion believe that the cost of childcare was the primary reason for terminating their pregnancy.
And I spoke to one woman who said she didn't want to appear on camera, but the mum of 2 told me that when she found out she was pregnant, because of what she called the already extortionate childcare costs they were already facing, she said they made the decision to terminate the pregnancy. They just knew at that point that financially they wouldn't be able to cope. But she said they often think about what would have happened had money not been the issue. And they're not alone. They are among many, many parents across the UK also making tough decisions.
Campaigners say parents are left with an impossible dilemma. As childcare has risen significantly, people's wages haven't.
I think as a country we should be deeply ashamed that we are at a point where women are ending pregnancies because they cannot afford to access our childcare system. All of the research shows that if you invest money in childcare, you get more money back into the economy.
They've marched in their thousands to protest about the cost of childcare, undeniably a critical issue for parents in the next general election. In response, the government announced £4 billion worth of financial support for children aged 2 and under, starting this year. But Tamara, who's a costume designer, lecturer and mum of 2, says despite this extra help, her nursery have had to put their prices up due to a shortfall in government funding.
It's just crumbs. It's just throwing crumbs at us. It's incredibly stressful. And our nursery fees, like this month, I've had to pay over £2,000 in nursery fees to make sure that I'm available on the days that I need to be working. But I have also realised that I haven't earned up to £2,000 to pay for that amount of nursery fees. So we're constantly going, where is this money coming from? You know, it just literally feels like we're hemorrhaging money left, right and centre.
Tamara says her 2-year-old's nursery fees are part of the reason she's had to take a loan out amid mounting debt.
This is a really, really, really challenging time for my family. And it's I think what makes that so difficult is that it shouldn't be. Like, my children are young. This is the time that we're supposed to be enjoying our young kids. Not only is the childcare system not working for me, it feels like it's actively working against me.
I think this has really shown me just how little they value, you know, a woman being able to work and provide for her family.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
While thousands of parents are struggling with the burden of childcare bills, many are reluctantly wishing away those precious early years just to catch a break.
The Department for Education spokesperson said, "We are rolling out the largest ever expansion in childcare support in England's history, saving families using the full 30 funded hours an average of £6,500 per year. Our average funding rates for new entitlements are expected to be substantially higher than the hourly fees paid by parents last year, and we are already seeing providers looking to expand their placements across the country."